Welcome back, part 2 of spider webs. So this is the white oil pastel one, and I wanted to show you how we're going to add color to this. We're going to use watercolor paint, and this is intended to be pretty quick. I wanted this to be just kind of a quick lesson, and I wanted you just to see the resist effect. Oil pastels have oil in them. They're like an oily crayon, kind of. They're actually like an oily chalk. But oil and water don't mix. If you've ever seen oil and water, the oil will puddle up on top of the water. They don't mix together very well. So the water from the watercolor paint will not stick to, or it will resist the oil pastel that's on the paper. Or the oil pastel will actually resist the water. So I want you to choose the colors that you want. I'm going to stick with just 3 colors instead of trying to do them all different, which you could do if you really wanted to. You can see where I've already started. So I'm going to restart this pattern and probably end up with not quite a pattern because we have 8 spaces and I have 3 colors, so it's going to be off a little bit, but that's okay. That's fine. I just want to show you what happens with the full effect here. So I'm going to go back to black. And when I go over the oil pastel, I'm not even paying attention to where it is really, other than trying to keep it in this section. You can see where the oil pastel comes through. The harder you pressed with your oil pastel, the more it will resist this watercolor. Now, a lot of you might think, well, maybe I want to paint each section a different color. So like this would be purple, yellow, black. You could stripe it out like that. But again, that's going to take a little more time than what I had actually planned to do this lesson. I wanted this kind of to be a fun, quick one-hitter that we used in between some of the other lessons that we're doing, because I know that the relief sculpture took a while to do. So I was trying to get something quick in here. So then my next one would be violet, and you can really see that oil pastel resisting. If you use too much water, it will spill over into the other area. It won't resist it as well. You know, it's not going to resist a flood, but you can use just a little bit of water there, and you can tell when your brush hits that oil pastel, you can feel it in the brush, and then you'll know when to stop so you don't head over into the other area. And then I've got my yellow. So the darker colors really probably show up a little better when you're doing this, just because that oil pastel is so very white. So you're going to have a lot of contrast if you choose to use darker colors. So I would do black next and then purple. I don't have room for my yellow. That was poor planning on my part. Maybe we should just use 2 colors instead of 3. Or you could use 4 colors and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe stick with 2 or 4 colors for you so you don't run into the same problem that I do. Okay, let's have fun with the watercolor. Can't wait to see what you chose.